everyone, welcome to Red River in City Skylines. I am BentlBuilds, and we're gonna start building some stuff. I was trying to decide what the next best project would be since we got the rail line into Small Rock and all that kind of stuff, and I decided that we're just gonna hop right into getting ready to develop Redcliff, which will no longer be just a random ghost town on the other side of the river. It's going to be a for real city, which will be really fun. So, first thing that I want to do is come in here, and we are going to establish the boundaries of Redcliff. It's going to grow over here, and it'll basically be just all along the foothills. Up this way over. Redcliff is not going to be the biggest city. It's definitely going to be not really a suburb, but kind of, you know, like there's going to be a lot of high density in this area, but it's not going to be the actual, you know, downtown will not be in Redcliff. That's what I'm trying to say here. And then I think, just for kicks and giggles, we're going to bring the border up a little further this way. Give Redcliff a little more land, and I am pretty happy with that. So, I want to try and incorporate the former road system within Redcliff from the ghost town part of it into the new part of the city. I was thinking that this road right here, it kind of is at the base of the like original settlement before it expanded out, so I thought that this road could be a good guide, a good starting point. And you'll notice right off the bat, this grid and this road are not going to line up perfectly, so we're not going to force it, because, you know, it'll look more interesting if it's not. Perfect grids are nice to look at, but they're not that interesting. They're mostly just satisfying, which I do love a good, satisfying grid. But we're gonna... this hill, I'm not so sure about this hill. I kind of feel like this needs to be more of a feature, which means it's not really gonna work to have this be the base. Nuts. Okay, same concept, just this road here instead. Find the dirt road, there it is, bring it up to the tracks, come back, and yeah, basically just do the same thing. And hopefully that will allow us to, kind of avoiding the hill. Okay, so this is going to be the center road in Redcliff, kind of the main street that everything's based off of. This probably isn't going to go that far up the hill. I'm just putting that in there now so it's there. Next thing, I want to bring this road that connects into Small Rock from that bridge that I built like forever ago. I want to bring that one around and turn on the topography for this bad boy, because I don't want things to be too crazy. But this road will just kind of follow along the foothills. Not to go that far, which to me feels like something you would definitely see in an area like this. Kind of loop around. I kind of picture there being some wealthier areas here as well. I'm gonna go ahead, because that is not gonna be there. So you can see this road just kind of weaves along, and Redcliff is gonna go just in this section. So the first thing, I'm actually gonna turn the topography back on, because I want to make sure that this hill does not get any more roads. It's going to be probably a park. We do love a good park. And right there, that's gonna be, that is money. That's what we're going for. Nice, okay. So then, I'm thinking we can just curve this road around and let it go straight for a little bit, and then it'll meet up next to the really nice recycling center, which is obviously going to be where everybody wants to be living, is right next to the recycling center with all the dead trees and all that. I think it's a good look. And then I forgot I used the wrong road here, so just put that in. And these are going to kind of be the... I use the tree-lined roads kind of to signify the main roads within a city. I don't really know exactly what brought me to that decision. It's just, I've always thought that was a good way to signify what they are. So that's just what we're going to go with. The next thing is I'm going to see if I can get this to line up, because I do still want it to sort of be based on the old grid. Not all the way, but some of the way, you know? We're gonna... It's a tribute, not a copy, you could say. And then we'll do the 8s. I don't love building these and then leaving like empty space in between the... Like, I don't like it when the blocks have empty spaces in the middle, which is maybe something I need to learn to like move away from, because all of my grids end up being pretty compact. But for an area like this, I feel like it's just fine. And this is gonna come up this way, and I'll worry about that one in a minute. Actually, I'll just bring that straight like that. Yeah, that's pretty good. We like that. Okay, this is where we're gonna run into some trouble, because I don't want these intersections to be too close to each other. But I feel like there's gotta be something in here, so we'll just do it like that. Yeah, that works. That is a fine solution to that little issue. That's gonna be curvy. It's fine, it's close enough. And in here is gonna be that'll just... I might put a park right here to help raise the land value, because that recycling center sort of needs to be there, because there's not any more room for anything like that in Small Rock. It's all just going to be right in there. So on this side, we're going to bring this up and do the same. It's pretty simple, pretty basic, but it will do the job that I am needing it to do. This one, we're going to see the same problem. So I'm thinking I can just kind of pop on up there, and it'll be great. It'll be so nice. And then this one, I'm not going to grid it all the way up to where the border is. I just want to establish a vague layout for the city so that I know kind of what direction I'm headed. And this one, we've got the same problem, so I'll bring that around this road. Can definitely go straight up. So definitely some use of the grid, but it's not going to be a perfect grid. You know, we're not going to require that. We're going to put a road up into this part too. I did it crooked because I'm a silly goose. We're going to do a take 2 on that one. Yeah, that's better. And really maximize the space in there. So, all in here, I think, is going to be a big park, which means it might not make sense to have that be a park. I will burn that bridge when I get to it. Actually, we're just not going to deal with that right now. Bring this bad boy right across. This one, because this highway will kind of just go right through. Well, it's not going to go through the center of Redcliff, but it's gonna kind of skirt around the edges of the downtown. And these middle sections, we're already getting to that, where there's a part in the middle that is empty, and I don't really like that. But I also think that it's maybe not super necessary to have this intersection be right here. There's already two on either end, so I might leave this like that and have more commercial stuff in there, and then just fill in the middle with some trees and stuff. That might be a little nicer looking. So we've got that in there. I'm feeling good about kind of how this is laid out. The next thing that I want to do is connect this road and this road, which means that, you know, the highway's gonna continue on instead of dead ending there. I don't know why I needed to say. I didn't have to explain what that meant. You probably knew, but it turns out it's a little bit difficult to try and like do commentary on what I'm like building while I'm building it. But I feel like this is less weird than doing the voiceovers. If you have thoughts on that, let me know, because I am open to suggestions. I decided I wanted to try out a different format for this one just to see if I liked how it turned out better, where I wanted to go from there. But that's kind of the idea of where that's going to go. So this eventually is going to become, I mean, obviously a very major road through. It goes over the dam right there. It's going to be kind of a big deal of a road. And up in here, I'm going to take this other kind of main street and it'll intersect right there because I want this one to start going up into the foothills. You can't really see from here, but the idea is that I want to have some residential kind of along these, not up here, but along these foothills here. I think it might be cool if I can get some houses built up on the ledges, pool views and all that kind of stuff. It might be tricky to get the roads up there without being ridiculously steep, but I'm gonna make an attempt at some point. Not today, but at some point. And that road is gonna be the first part of that, basically. So, next thing I am thinking is I'll bring this road out across the tracks and let it kind of connect here into the old grid. And my idea is that I might use the promenades pack to basically turn this into a park that you can walk through. I haven't looked too much at that pack yet, but I think it might be cool for this to be that kind of idea. Or I'll disconnect all of the roads in here, and I mean, either way, I'm going to do this right now. I am going to establish this as a park, at least the area that is for sure the ghost town vibes right in there. Oh, that was dumb. Why did I do that? Anyway, we're gonna just fill that right on in. Now we can use this big one. And for the park name, because this has such a significant historical relevance to the area, and it's what Redcliff was kind of based on, I'm going to call it Redcliff Historical Park. Hell yeah. Okay. Love that. So that's going to be in that area. Back in here, I'm thinking we'll just bring... Ooh, you know what I'll do? I'm going to bring this over here. And it'll come along there. And And I'll sort of just allow for... Oh, I feel like that's kind of almost perfect grid in there. Cool. I'll bring back the dirt roads for a second. I'll just kind of bring them right up to these intersections, so there is more of a clear separation. I think that makes sense. And then we will fill in the gaps here with some little roads. Nice and simple. And this one is a little funky shaped. I might do that. Okay, yeah, in here I'm gonna have this be part of the park, so that people aren't visiting it and just trying to park along the roads. I might do like a little parking there or something like that, just to make it a little more realistic feeling. The border of the park on this side, I'm going to leave it kind of how that is. There will be houses along that main road that sort of back up to it, but the main entrance to the park will be right there. Love that. Okay, then I'm going to go ahead and just pop that in right now so that I don't forget that that's the vibe that I am going for. That's what I want right there. Okay. We'll just stick it down in here. Well, yeah, like that. That'll work for now. And there we go. So next thing is I'm debating what I want to do with this section, because I want for this highway that comes all the way down, I still want that to end here. I don't think it's necessary for it to continue, especially when it's just going to lead straight into this park. But also, it seems weird to end it, so I might just have it be smaller, but in the future, it'll be fairly obvious that most traffic is going to be going around there, not going to be coming into this part of Redcliff. Also, I will just note this now, eventually the train tracks and the road, right now it's a grade crossing, later it's not going to be. Just, for now there's not going to be a lot of traffic, so it's not going to be necessary to change that, but of course in the future it will be a necessary change that needs to happen. So I'll bring this road up. Actually, I have a better idea. Because of the way that this is, I think if I bring this road up... Oh, we are cooking right now. This is perfect. So I'll bring this one out, and this way we will have another road that could potentially be a bridge in the future. I definitely think it's going to be important to have a lot of crossings, not necessarily right now, but as things grow, to continue having plenty of access between these two areas. Because in here, especially obviously up in here, oh no, we've got a fire. Anyway, up in Small Rock, this part of Redcliff, and obviously up the canyon to the national park, the state park, Red Bend, all of that is going to be very touristy, and so I want to do everything I can to make sure there's really clear, easy travel across there, and that it doesn't all just get clogged up constantly. So I've got that kind of signifying I want to actually, you know what, I am just going to go ahead and finish up the bridge here. And that's probably the last thing I will do for this episode, and this bridge will probably be not the final design or anything like that. I just want to kind of get it in so that I can kind of have a plan later on. And then I'll kind of curve it up right here. I'm going to have to deal with some steepness. We'll see how that looks. If it's crazy, we're not going to worry too much about it right now, because yeah, that's a lot. Actually, that's gonna bug me. I'm gonna go ahead and just, I think I know how that should be fixed. I don't really love doing this. I don't know how, I don't really like how it looks, but I know that it happens in real life. I've seen bridges that curve when they're still bridging. I just personally don't love that, but I think within this area it makes the most sense. I'm really attached to the idea of having it connect up to that road. I don't think it's gonna work that way, unfortunately. So we'll just bring it over here and have a kind of funky little intersection in there for now. And it'll actually, I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of play. There we go. That feels a little more reasonable for what I'm going for. I don't like that. What the heck? Okay. We're gonna call it for this episode. Thank you for watching. We're gonna fix this situation next time, and I also want to work on filling this part in over in Small Rock. I've got kind of a cool idea for that, so I'm gonna work on that next time as well. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe. I know that my my quality is not amazing quite yet, but I'm learning. I'm working on it, and I feel like this is turning out really cool. So if you want to come along on the adventure with me, I would strongly recommend it, and I would appreciate it a lot. So I'll see you guys next time, and yeah, bye.